Hey collective, what's going on? I do have rain sounds on. I hope it's not too distracting, but I have a lot of kids in the house right now, and they're pretty loud and rambunctious. They're all friends over and stuff. So I put this to try to block out the noise. I hope it's okay. I got an important message. Well, this is different. This is not what I was going to say, but I just got somebody's about to win something big really soon. And they're pointing to the word win. So WIN, like win. That was not the message I was going to give, but okay. Yesterday in the meditation in the reading, they talked about somebody with ingesting having bad habits, ingesting something they shouldn't be or whatnot. And they wanted me to share a little bit of my personal story. It's not the whole story of anything, obviously. This is just going to be a little piece. So I was shown, and the whole reason I'm sharing this is because I also had to give up bad habits, and they want me to share how I went about doing that. This is what I did. So I was shown through my Kundalini awakening what I would be doing. Like everything that's come to me spiritually, everything has been something I've received. None of it has been something like, I like this, I'm going to go out and I'm going to go after it. Everything has been shown to me because when I started this journey, I had no idea. I just wanted to be happy. I just wanted to feel loved because I was in a very bad place and I didn't, those were the two things. It's like, I just wanted to feel lovable again. I didn't have any dreams, desires, or I was really low. And I found Abraham Hicks' teachings and I started implementing those. It's like the first time I listened to it. And I remember I was sitting at work and the first time I listened to it, and I usually would sit at work, doing medical billing, and I would listen to music all day. And then I would get so antsy, like I can't sit here. I need to walk. I need to move. And so I would get up and I'd walk away and get up and walk away. I had no idea this was the beginning of me ending my career there and starting my spiritual awakening. But that's what started. So I'm at work and I'm trying to key, I'm trying to whatever. And then I'm like, oh, let me try this Abraham Hicks video. So I turn that on and I'm listening to it. And it's this woman calling herself Abraham, and there's Jerry, and none of the lingo made sense. None of it made sense. And I don't know what it was, but after I was done, I turned around and looked at my coworker and I said, Pam, I don't know who she is and why she's talking about herself in the third person and all this stuff. I said, but I have never felt this good. I said, I feel so free and happy. And it was just one video. And she said, well, good. If it makes you feel good, do more. Because I was kind of going through some postpartum depression at the time. And so then I started inundating myself with these teachings, right? I started inundating myself, and I was at work, but I really wasn't at work. I'm sitting there listening to stuff, writing all the spiritual stuff down, and I'm trying to equate in my mind, like, Abraham's contrast is sin in the Bible. And I'm trying to like match the words and make it work. And one day I was just sitting there looking out a window like I am right here. And Abraham said something, and I cannot remember what it was. But at the same exact time, I saw like somebody was writing it on a marquee. I saw a scripture, and it was like each word was highlighted. I saw the scripture. There were 3 or 4 lines. And the words were kind of fuzzy except for the word that was being spoken. And they were showing me like I was hearing Abraham simultaneously and understanding that scripture in the Bible and that they were exactly the same thing. So that got me all excited. And then I really got involved in the Abraham Hicks teachings. I started having all of these crazy out of body experiences I didn't understand. Like everything I've learned has been through experience first, and then knowledge next, like learning it through intellect. So I got put through the ringer with a lot of shit too, doing it that way. But I was shown in a very, very big, profound way what I would be doing as a spiritual teacher, where I would be going years ago. And so here I am, like just in that full energy, right? Thinking, oh, let's go. I didn't realize how much stuff I would have to do to get there. Like they just made it like, oh, you're going to go there. Go. It doesn't work like that. So all these years later, just to say, like they had me working on the pieces started filling in more and more. They were showing me more and more detail about what I would be doing. And when that happened, I started like developing this personal relationship with someone I had never met, because it's who Source said that I would have a really deep partnership with. And I started talking to them in the 5D, and I didn't realize I was talking to them. I just thought I was receiving information. And apparently they were getting information back from me, because I'm talking, obviously, when I get these messages in meditation, I'm talking back, and, I'm responding back and forth. So this person's getting the messages. Well, I didn't know that. And a lot of stuff had gone on. I was put through the ringer with a lot of experiences for the purpose of my teachings, for the purpose of bringing it to a big stage. And when I went to do something, I had to go meet this person. They had me go meet this person, and it didn't work. It didn't work out. And it absolutely crushed me. Right now, I want to cry thinking about it. It absolutely crushed me, because Source had me go there. It didn't work out, and I couldn't understand it. And when I left, it wasn't about me just losing that person. I lost that person, I lost that dream, and I lost Source all in one. Everything I had been building for the last 6 years just fell to the ground. And I remember well, if I got that wrong, then I can't trust Source, and I can't trust myself. And then I went into this really dark period where I gave up on my dreams. I said, I can't do this anymore. And then, a little while went by, and then I got back into the swing of things. But at that point, I was so hurt by the lack of action on this other person. God, it still rocks me. You hear my voice shaking. The lack of action on their part felt very disrespectful to me, because I know what I've been doing, and I know this person knows a lot, and it was very painful. But the biggest thing for me was I lost my source of happiness. Me and my inner being, we were not we were not simpatico, okay? We were not getting along. And I gave it all up. And let me tell you, when Abraham says you can't give up on your dream, I'm like, fuck you, yes I can. Bullshit. Not after all the shit I just went through. My heart's broken. I'm blah, blah, blah. So I went through all that, right? You know what I had to do? I was living high every day for months on weed. And here's the thing. I was doing it because my heart couldn't take the pain. My mind would not stop the momentum from all of the energy I'd built. My brain's constantly going to license plates and numbers and songs, and all this stuff that I had built that was making me feel good all of a sudden completely tore me down. And then when I saw it, made me feel bad. Just like when Sheldon Cooper, he in Big Bang Theory, he's going to win the Nobel Prize. He was told that somebody else was going to get the Nobel Prize. And the thing that he normally does, which is science stuff, to make him feel better, was the thing that was causing him the pain. So the thing that I typically went to that made me feel better, Source and this person, was actually causing me an immense amount of pain. So I could not, my heart was so shattered, I could not bring myself back to Source. So I would start out with a gummy, an edible weed, right? Well, that your body is so magnificent that it adapts to the shit. And then you need more, and you need more, and you need more, and you need more. And I got to a point where I was eating 2 bags of gummies a day, 2 bags of high dose gummies a day, sometimes 3 RSO syringes. I was doing it all. I was spending, in that period, I spent thousands of dollars on this. Okay. And then I got myself, and the reason I'm sharing all this is because they want, whoever that message was for yesterday, they need you to understand there's hope. And that's why I'm telling you this. So when that happened to me, it was I couldn't deal, man. I couldn't deal. I just wanted to sleep, and I cry and I sleep. And then I got really angry, and then I couldn't deal with the anger. So then I would start eating the gummies constantly. And then it started causing problems in my body. It started causing constant diarrhea, because I had to eat so much to be able to get the same high that I did before, just to maintain, because I was escaping, because everything had been ripped out from underneath me, right? Source never stopped. Source never stopped trying to come back. They never stopped trying to love me. They never, ever stopped. And and I'm going to tell you guys, I am a very personal person when it comes to Source. Me, I will give them absolutely everything. Every tear, every cuss word, every praise, they get everything from me. And that's probably, it's a good thing. It could be a bad thing because sometimes I humanize them and forget, hey, I got to remember they're not like us in this respect. So I have that relationship, and I was giving it to a man, and I was just letting him have it for months. And it was just, I was ignoring him. I couldn't do it. So I didn't meditate for months. I didn't do anything spiritual for months. I just did nothing but get high and have orgasms by my own doing, not anybody else. Not that it matters, but that's what I did. And then finally, it was like I was having a day, and Source said, something, this is what happened. It got so specific. And you know what? It's happened recently too. Oh God, like the other day. I got a phone call coming in on my phone at the same time this song, Great Escape, came on by Pink. I won't let you make the great escape. I won't want you checking out of this place because the passion and pain are going to serve you someday, right? That's part of the lyrics. And the call that was coming in, the area code was 281, which is my brother's birthday, his month and day, 81, which is my year, and then the number, the last four, was my month, my day, and the month and day of the person that I talked about, that Source that I would be working with, in partnership with. And it was coming from that state that I would be moving to. So this call's coming in from the state I was supposed to move to from that dream. My dead brother's birthday's there. My month, my day, and my year is in this phone number, and the time is the person's date of birth that is coming. And this song came on, and it's just, I don't know, the timing of how they cook things up inside of us when we are emotionally blocked it's magic to us, because they can see the blockages and they know what little things to put in your path to cook up the right emotional atmosphere to get you to a point that you can receive a message and receive it in a heart-shocking way. Because sometimes you can hear that message and it'll just go psh, psh, psh. And then there are times where it'll really affect your heart. This was the time it affected my heart big time. Okay, so I finally said, okay, I'll do it. I'll get it, I'll give it another shot. And it was a really hard time for me, difficult time for me to get off of the gummies because I'd been doing it for so long. I was having awful insomnia. I was getting really irritable. I was having all these side effects from going off of the marijuana. So I kept failing is what I felt like. I kept, I would go one day, and then I would tell myself I'm not going to get any extra because I'm not going to do it tomorrow. And then the next day would come and I'd have to go back the next day because I said I'm not going to do it tomorrow. So then I was going like every day because I'm telling myself today's the last day. But then I didn't make it, and then I'd go the next day. So I was feeling like a failure in that respect. Now, all this to say, whoever is doing something and ingesting this substance, it's going to be a lot easier for you to stop than you think, because it was very difficult for me to let go of the weed, which is weird because I never liked it for years, not even as a teenager. I never even liked it until my spiritual awakening. And it was difficult for me to get off of that. And this is how I had to do it in order to be successful. So whoever you are, they don't want you quitting cold turkey. I just mentioned this book called Atomic Habits, which is amazing. And this is kind of like the habit stacking thing they mentioned in that book, but Source had me doing it with them and there was no words to it. Like they just told me what to do and I did it. And then when I read the book, I said, oh, I kind of was like what he's talking about. So what I would do to get off the weed. So I was used to having it, when I'd wake up, go to the store because I wasn't doing anything. Now I have a job during the day, and then I got stuff to do at night. And now that I'm working during the day, I have to be at work at 7:00. So getting up at 5, when I didn't work and I was just doing this, I would meditate 3-4 times a day. I would spend an hour in meditation, get all kinds of messages, do like marvelous stuff. I have not been able to do that since I've been working because I cannot get myself to wake up, right? I have not been able to get myself to wake up in time because I fall back asleep. I get up, go to the bathroom, come back, lay down, I'd fall back asleep. So it didn't work. Then I had to switch that. So I started using the habit stacking. I'd wake up first thing in the morning and I'd tell myself 5 minutes of stretching. I have to do it in the morning, right when you wake up. I set that tone. And then I did 5 minutes of meditation sitting in a chair. Night and day difference in my day. The first day, it was night and day difference in my day. My daughter did it, and then it compounded the good habits. They just kept coming throughout the day. Now I noticed, I'm like, okay, I'm building good habits, but I'm still like, oh, give me the weed, right? It's still like in my mind because my brain is going, hey, this is what we do right now. What are you doing? Hello, we feel better by taking that. What are you doing? And I got to tell my brain, no, 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 that's not what we're doing. What I had to do to quit this was do a reverse habit stacking kind of thing. And this is what Source gave me. So, being that I'm off work, okay, I normally would have went straight to the dispensary right after work. I would have came home. I would have smashed some of those in the car. So when I ate dinner, it tastes really good because when if you ingest weed, man, it should just taste better, right? It just does. Anyway, so that was my pattern. And then I would be like, and now that I'm trying to get back into the spiritual stuff, I would be like, well, and then I wasn't getting anything done. So what they had me do, instead of trying to give up the gummies like cold turkey, they're having me do it by weaning me off. And the way they're weaning me off is not by saying, okay, you had 10, now you do 9, now you do 8. That's not how they're doing it. They're not even giving me, thank you for that, Angel Orb. They're not even giving me a set number of what I can do. What they're telling me to do is delay the gratification. I've stopped having, you know how when you're trying to like set a boundary and be disciplined and do something over and over and over. And I got to a point where I was like, fuck it, I'll just do whatever I want. So, you know what? This isn't going to work out. Fuck it. I'm going to do what I want. That's not going to work out. Fuck it. I'm going to do what I want. I had a big case of the fuck it's, okay? Well, in order to break the case of the fuck it's, and because I got to a point where I didn't have any discipline because I was allowing myself to follow every impulse, and the impulses were not healthy ones. So I created this like blanket of, I feel like my brain hasn't fully awakened yet from the weed, I'll be honest. I feel like it's still coming back online. But I will say, in order for me to stop it, instead of going to the dispensary every day after work, I told myself I'm going to come home, I'm going to make a video, I'm going to do, a 10-minute workout, have dinner, take an art class, and then I can do it. So I didn't deny myself in the beginning. I did not deny myself the substance. I didn't deny myself the gummy. I just told myself I couldn't have it right at the normal time I would have it. I had to do the art class. I had to do the 10-minute workout, and I had to do, it's like I had things I had to get done before I would allow myself to ingest that. Well, at first it was great. It worked great. It did. It worked great. But I still wanted the gummies. But after a little bit of time and keeping that discipline, remind you, like my brain and my body was, when I told my body I couldn't have it, then it was like, and then I couldn't think straight. And then I would get angry, and I'd get angry at source, and I would get stuck in this loop, and it would just repeat and repeat and repeat. I was going about it wrong. So the way they wanted me to go about it, add in the healthy habits of whatever it is you want to do. Don't take the bad habit out right away. Just put the good habit before it, and then you're allowed to have whatever it is, okay? Then you can have it. But you're not allowed to have it before, right? So that's what they want you to do, whoever you need that. When you do that, what the activities that you are adding to your schedule, you're implementing these new strategies, these new habits to get you out of, you are going to find that each day gets a little better and better, and each day you will find yourself spending more time on each thing, and you will naturally want less of the substance because your focus is going to get you're going to be so enthralled with laser-like focused on whatever it is that you're going to be doing that you're going to lose track of time. Your heart's going to naturally, your vibration is going to naturally raise because whatever you're doing is going to help you raise your vibration. It's going to give you peace of mind, and that substance or whatever it is you're ingesting that you think you need right now, that will go to the wayside because it'll get to a point, the thing that you want right now that you're like, I gotta have it, it's going to be the thing one day you're going to try it and you're going to go like, oh man, that messed up my whole schedule, and I really wanted to do that. Crap. Why did I do that? I'm not doing this shit anymore. It's just a problem. It's like the thing that you want to all the time is now going to be the thing that you're like, God, you're in the way. Get away. So you need to heal, but you need to do it slowly. And you need to give yourself some grace. Trying to do too much at once is going to cause too much stress on your body when you're trying to take a substance away or something that's fulfilling you in some emotional way. That's what they want you to do. It's like they don't even want you thinking about quitting, because just you thinking about quitting whatever it is causing you to like your freaking chakra is like, it's not going to work. You will be successful at this. They're telling me if you were to start this today and you stay consistent with it, within 3 weeks time, whatever it is that you've been doing for years that's been killing you, slowly, 3 weeks time, it'll be gone. And whatever it is they're asking you to do, there is something they're asking you to start and implement that will replace that habit. Okay, that's what's going to replace it. This is really personal, so I'll do another reading, but this isn't really a reading, but they wanted me to explain that to you guys. So I am becoming really successful at that, and I will tell you guys, it makes you feel so good about yourself. It makes you feel like a success instead of a failure, like you're doing something positive for yourself. You're making good change. And when you make small little changes like that, they stack up and they just start to make you feel better, and you start seeing things go in the right way. And you've got this. All right. I know I'm an addict. I've been an addict. I've got addictions too. And I have broken all of them. The weed thing is, the one I'm breaking now. But that started because of Source. Because I was in such a tizzy and in such a way that they needed me to relax so that I could get a message. And when I got the message, because when you raise your vibration and then you ingest some marijuana, it can take you into the ethers. Like it's like ayahuasca for other people, what I get on weed. So totally different experience. And that's when I got that experience in the beginning, I kept craving that. But the more you ingest it, that goes away, because it's dulling, it's dimming your vibration, it's lowering your vibration, and then you won't keep getting those messages anymore. So if you find yourself receiving like profound downloads when you ingest this, whoever you are, just know that the more you do it, the less that happens, and it will go away. All right, I'm going to do another reading, guys. I hope this helped whoever. It's a place to start. I'm also hearing a really good, you know what it is? There's something you need to cry about and feel safe doing it. It's like almost like you haven't been taught to be vulnerable. Like it's really just a simple thing. Something as simple as that experience scares the shit out of me when I think about it, because this person scares me. Like admitting that will allow the dam to break and get it out of your body, because right now you're living with this in your body and it's being pushed down, and that's why substances are in there. And if you allow that cry to come out, it's going to do magical things inside to where you're not having to push that down anymore because you've got it out. Nothing, that's what it is. They think when this comes up, you feel unsafe. Whenever this is, you feel unsafe when it comes up. So you like to feel safe, you like to feel secure. And when something rocks that security or safety, you don't want to go there. But what Source is saying is you are going to get a very profound healing experience from this that is going to be something very unique that you are going to share with others. So whatever this is, just know that God has got you. Man, Source loves you. You're doing a great job. And they wish that you could see how magnificent you are. You chose to do these things. You shouldn't feel bad about doing any of these things. You chose to do these things so that you could heal, transmute the energy, raise the vibration of the planet, receive a blessing while you're here for doing that. Okay? You're a badass. Love yourself. All right? I'll talk to you later. Peace and love.